If you're struggling to grow your business with Facebook and Instagram ads, it's more than likely not because your business sucks, but there's a few things that you could do better. So in this episode, we're gonna cover top 5 mistakes that most small businesses make. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rene Marquez here with Neon Tiger Media, helping small businesses navigate the cold digital world. Don't get lost in the sauce, my friends. So when we start talking about marketing, specifically on Facebook and Instagram ads, meta ads, whatever we want to call it, there's a lot of different components and factors that can attribute to campaign success or something failing. And when I tell you that it can be the most minor, the smallest little thing, literally just one selection that can take your $200 and skyrocket your business for the month to literally just going to waste and not doing anything for you. And the number one mistake is poor targeting. Can't tell you how many times I get served an ad to a nail salon or a lash salon that's in Kentucky or Massachusetts and I'm in Vegas. Not only am I not the correct demographic, but I'm nowhere near you to even utilize your services. So it's super important for those of you small businesses, if you're boosting using Ad Center, make sure that you're actually setting up those targeting parameters. Don't just trust the system and saying, oh, it's gonna find users like your followers. That's a loaded gun. There's a lot of different signals that can come into play. And if you're not optimizing to actual, more like something of a booking, it's gonna be shooting in the dark and it's just gonna be spraying, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of times we talk about trust the system. It's smart. So let's say you're that nail salon and you have a booking system online and you're tracking and you're optimizing towards that and you go broad, that's a little bit different, right? Because the system's gonna get the signals from the people that are booking and it's gonna know, hey, it's only people in this area. But how much time and money are you gonna waste for the system to learn and get there? So set up the appropriate parameters for your targeting, right? There's interest targeting that's available to you, different demographics in which you can drill down to more higher qualified individuals, especially those of you that aren't necessarily able to optimize those events. If you're doing some boosting and you're doing some ad center, you're gonna be limited in what you can optimize to with your goals. So make sure that you set up those appropriate parameters so at least your ads are showing in front of the more higher qualified individuals versus just random people across the country that can't utilize your services. And now talking more to those of you that are actually utilizing Ads Manager, right? For those at that pro level that are spending tons of money, they understand Advantage Plus, they understand the data that needs to be provided and the complexities and can work around the different nuances. But if that's you, an ads manager, and you're more newer, you're more of a local business, don't just click through and follow that protocol and trust the system with all the Advantage Plus features, especially on targeting. You want to set up those parameters because if you don't know and you don't have the data and how the system works, you're gonna be shooting in the dark and wasting a lot of money, especially when you're not optimizing towards super high qualified events like a booking or a purchase. And mistake number 2 is your ads, being your creative, your content, your video, your graphic. Small businesses always think that it needs to be super high quality, high production. They need to invest a lot into it for it to be effective. And the reality is that that's not true. Ugly ads work incredible. That doesn't mean go and make ugly, terrible ads. But what I'm talking about is a lot of these big corporations, big businesses, what they're investing a lot in is more of that UGC, user-generated content, and ads that are recorded on phones, showing that real, authentic user experience because that's what's working the best. So if you're a pizza shop, you don't have to go spend $3,000 to get 2-3 clips, and then you're left now with $200 to put paid behind it, and you never even get to really maximize all that production, right? Get in front of that phone. Hey, I'm Joe here at Goodbye Pizza. We're located on the corner of so-and-so. We've been serving Vegas for the last 5 years. We have incredible pizza, wings, not to mention our grandma's favorite dessert, whatever that might be. Come on by, get $10 off your first order. We'll see you soon. Boom. Edit that, get some B-roll, do it in CapCut. You'd be surprised. It doesn't have to be super polished. Obviously, do your best to make it nice, but that will work wonders for you because people probably don't even know about you. You're just starting off advertising. So leave the super high complexity, high quality, high production value over to those bigger businesses that do have the budgets. And if you have the budgets, then obviously you're going to have the right advisement, the right team to handle and maximize that. But small businesses, stop hanging up, that stop getting hung up on thinking that because you don't have the high production or the money that you can't run those ads or create those ads. Try different things, address the different pain points. Doesn't have to be clever. You don't need to be Don Draper. Those literal straightforward ads addressing your prospect individual with your services and the problems that you solve can work wonders for you, right? You're a nail salon. Record obviously the afterworks, get testimonies from the girls before they leave. Oh, I love it. I've been coming here. She always does an incredible job with my nails. You know what I mean? Boom, next one. And now it's 3 of them. You have those videos, you edit it, and at the end, you're like, hey, I'm so-and-so. We're here at the nail salon located at this location. Get $10 off your first visit, book down below. So make sure that your communication is straightforward, right? If you want to work, test different hooks, different pain points, different type of creative, you go ahead and do that, especially those of you using Ads Manager. You can run 3, 4, 5, 6 creatives. You can have multiple options for your primary text, for your headline. Run those different options and see what works best for you and build and expand on that. But you don't need to go hire a copywriter. You don't need to go get a whole film production company to have success. And mistake number 3 is objectives, selecting the incorrect objective. It is so important. Literally, the main component of your campaign is going to be your objective, because literally you can take the same targeting, the same creative, the same budget, and optimize towards just driving people to your website versus actually driving to generate leads. And you can get 30 leads and you can get 0 leads. The system is smart. It is very literal and will work to find people to achieve that desired action outcome that you want. But if you're not selecting the correct objectives, you're never going to get that desired outcome. So if you're just boosting and you're clicking people to view your profile, you're kind of just hoping that they're going to come through and take an action to even follow you, to maybe even schedule an appointment or show any interest. Where now, if let's say you're a nail salon and you have a booking system on your website, or you drive to that booking system, you can now actually optimize towards that action, select an objective to generate leads, to generate sales, tell it what is winning, and it'll work to achieve that. So now it's not just driving people to your website, it's actually ensuring that it's people, higher qualified individuals that are taking action to go and book on your website, right? Or it could be click to calls, whatever that thing might be. Your objective is super important. So understand your outcome and what you want to achieve, and make sure that your objective aligns with that and works to create that. Don't just send them to profile. Don't just send them to your website and hope. Be more literal and specific with your objectives. Obviously, boosting, you're going to be limited. Ads Manager gets a little bit better. Not Ads Manager, Ad Center gets a little bit better. Ads Manager is where it gets the bread and butter. You can get super robust and actually just skyrocket to the moon there with results. And now mistake number 4 is not testing. So many people give up so quick. We've already talked about creative, right? How you don't have to be super complicated with it, and how some might work, one might not, depending on the message, the hook, and the pain points you're addressing. Same with objectives we just talked about, right? The correct objective could be the differentiator. So if you think you selected the correct objective, but it did terrible, well, it leads me to this next mistake, and that is not testing. It is super important that you are testing, right? Those of you in Ads Manager, you're gonna have the actual feature to run proper A/B tests, so you can test different objectives. Maybe you don't know if generating leads or a sales objective, optimizing towards a purchase versus an add to cart, right? Or maybe should it be click to calls, or should it be instant forms, or should it be instant form versus the form on your website? Test those different things. One might fail, but the other one might do so much better. But if you're not testing, you don't know. You're out, obviously, your $100, but you gave up. But you could be just literally one minor change from finding huge success. So it's super important that you test. Same with your ads and your creative, right? Where we talked about where you don't need to be super high production, high quality. And so you can create different variations with different styles, right? I do that a lot with my stuff where I said, hey, if you're boosting posts, you need to stop now. Or I can say, hey, if your ads suck, stop now and watch this video. Whatever that might be, you get the super off the top of my brain, but test different hooks, different examples, addressing different pain points with the services that you have, different styles, whether it's testimonial type review, whether it's just like a highlight type video that's showing just information of when you're open and what you offer. And you might be surprised what ends up performing versus what doesn't. So it's important that you actually test. Again, at that Ads Manager, you're gonna have that A/B testing feature where you can maximize your budget and not have to set up 2 different campaigns. But those of you, if you're boosting again or using Ad Center, doesn't mean you can't test. Try it out. Try send messages versus to your website. Try actually calling to action for them to send you a message versus not. Which one does better? Test the different things. Don't give up so quick, because again, you can be one minor change from your business just blowing up and seeing incredible results and incredible just use of your resources and your money with a minor change. Test, test, test. And mistake number 5 is analytics, the information, the metrics, the data of your performance, ignoring it, not understanding it. It's super important that you understand the metrics and the performance of your ads so that you can either know if it was successful or not. At the end of the day, did you get more bookings, right? Did it generate more sales? That's the bottom line. However, until you get to that point, there could be certain indicators that can tell you different things, right? If a certain ad is getting a really high click-through rate, but you're not getting a lot of sales, but you're literally, we've had some where you're getting 5% click-through rate, link click-through rate, but people just aren't purchasing, or people are adding a lot of items to cart. There's a lot of add to carts, but people aren't purchasing. Then there could be other issues that are happening. And so if you're not looking at all the information across the board and you're simply saying, well, it's not working, I didn't get much calls, why? Back again to that point where testing, you can't really test so much of the bottom line stuff without understanding the data and the different metrics. So fully comprehend what is happening, right? People aren't clicking your ads, yet alone to even submit their info on the form. That creative is likely not working really well. And so if you're not looking at that click-through rate and you're just focused solely on the lead component, yeah, it's obvious you didn't get leads, but now try and backtrack and understand what is happening. Hey, this creative is actually getting a lot of click-throughs, but they're still not opting in. What is it? Is it my form? You now have to look at your website. What's happening maybe on your website? There's maybe friction elsewhere because it's not from the ad to your website or the destination where you're driving them to, right? Or it's just flat out not doing really well. The cost is really high. And so in that instance, it's best to just pause, make the adjustments that you need to do with the data and info you have, and going back to testing, right? Again, you're not having to invest tons of money on crazy creative, so you can create a lot of different types of ads with your phone or graphics on Canva. Test different things. You look at those metrics, analyze, don't ignore the data because the proof is in the data. You can't just simply give up, say it didn't work, I didn't get anything. What information can you get by it? Maybe your product is too expensive, your service is too expensive. Maybe you're not selling it well on your website, right? You need more testimonials, you need more reviews. Whatever those different things, do your research, look at that data, get strong understanding of what is happening. Are people engaging with this? And again, back to also understanding your objective, because if you selected a specific objective, like actually driving bookings on a website or a purchase, who cares if people are commenting on your website if it's achieving that goal, right? But maybe you are getting a lot of comments, but it's not achieving the goal. Then again, that's information. So the data all works together. The secondary to primary metrics all tell a story and can all come together to guide you correctly to make the necessary adjustments to get that success. All right, well, that's gonna be it for today's video. Those are those top 5 mistakes. I'm telling you, it's not that your business sucks. I mean, unless it does and you have terrible reviews, fix that. But if it's not that, you're likely just a few tweaks and changes and addressing some of these mistakes of seeing big success with your business today. So we want to call out also that we have a free checklist guide that we have available for free download. It's in the link down below in the description. And this is a pre and post launch checklist that touches on a lot of the things that we addressed in this video. And it's just going to ensure that you're doing the proper things to maximize your ad campaigns on Facebook and Instagram using Meta ads, right? Whether you're boosting Ad Center or Ads Manager. And lastly, we want to call out, make sure you connect with us on social at neontigermedia.com. We're always sharing content there, as well as the Business Breakthrough newsletter. Gosh, I'm being a salesman right now, but there's a lot of great free, incredible resources that you guys need to get engaged with. And as well, we do have some courses. We have the mini ads course. It's great for those of you that are starting off with boosting or using Ad Center. This is going to help you launch, right, incredible pro level type ads just in the palm of your hand, maximizing what's available just on your phone. And then we have that Meta Business Accelerator program for those that are ready for Ads Manager to take on that next step with running those pro level type ads. So don't miss out on all the incredible free content in the description. Follow us on social for updates, workshops, trainings. We're staying active. We want to feed you guys with all the knowledge and data that we have so that you can stop losing with your business, start winning, and start that journey to 8 figures. So until next time, see you, my friends.